Hello everyone, welcome back, and go ahead and just start up this game. Very large number of roaches, so those roaches with that 2 armor should be a fairly decent counterattack unit against those zealots. However, there are Colossus, now 2 Colossus joining this army. Colossus have been in fact downgraded, so it only deals 20 damage as opposed to, or 40 damage as opposed to 46. Coming back over here, HayPro now getting the hatchery down over here at this high yield mineral. May consider moving this Zergling by this Zelnaga watchtower in order to just keep sight out around the map. Taking a look back over here, Hasu now getting this Nexus up and running. Taking a look at the income, we have 28 harvesters versus 46, so Hasu going to be able to macro up much more, as you can already see by the army sizes. Now we finally getting that what the extended thermal lance upgrade from that robotics facility. No additional units being, or actually no more units now being warped in. A couple of stalkers. Curious about the stalkers. The stalkers do in fact have are not as good against roaches prior to the patch. Taking a look over here, Observer gonna come out and see that there is in fact a hatchery down here, so may try to move out and take it out. Taking a look at this, we have stalkers, immortals. Those stalkers probably wish, with that weapons upgrade, used to deal, I believe, 1 point more damage towards roaches. However, they do in fact deal more damage towards Zerglings as well, so it's a little bit of a give and take in that situation. Coming over here, we have 2 photon cannons right up next to these ridges, so that the Zerglings have a harder time to try to surround them. Also a choke point right here, so a nice force field will enable it. Coming back over here, Mutalisk coming into play, trying to take down some of these probes. Taking a look over here, taking a look at the income count. The income count is still fairly even. Those stalkers have a better time against those Mutalisks, however, as those Mutalisks are light armor, so they will be taking a base 11 damage from a single stalker. However, those Mutalisks may be trying to come into this position, and I do not know what the creep is bouncing off of, but it's bouncing off of something in space. Mutalisk now going to be coming in, a single stalker in here, as those Mutalisks trying to run around the map, try to fly around the map, excuse me, and get some additional sight. Gonna go ahead and find this photon cannon and gonna try to take down some of those Colossus. Those Colossus gonna be in serious trouble, barely escaping away with only 8 shields left. So very nicely done. Stalkers being warped in order to be able to get more counters towards those my goodness, Mutalisks. Coming in, now we have Stalkers and Colossus coming onto that high ground. We'll see how these are really being used, as there's now a couple spine crawlers in position. Down goes one, and now those spine crawlers able to just deal a fair amount of damage towards these units, getting additional armor, and now in comes a large amount of roaches. Let's see what those roaches are going to be doing, trying to get onto that high ground, and then trying to attack back around. Nice force field usage, very nicely done, forcing all those units to come back around. Those Mutalisks, however, getting picked off a little, so very nicely done. 4 force fields preventing those roaches from engaging and offering a chance of escape. Nicely done. Taking a look back over here, we have 1 upgrade. Do we have any additional upgrades being researched? No. An immortal, probes, and creep tumors and roaches still being trained up. Warp gates are not warping in anything at this time, only running off of 4 warp gates and a single robotics facility. Taking a look at this, wow, we have a very large number of roaches. What is that? 24, 48 plus another dozen, 60 roaches. So 60 roaches sitting out here, taking a look, and wow, that's even more than 60. That's what, almost 3 control groups of roaches. Taking a look at the unit count, that is in fact what, 72 roaches. He's got to be almost maxed out in army now, 165 compared to 107. However, the Colossus, as long as they are well protected, should be able to hold their own. One of the Colossus down to 150 shields and 45 hit points, using these cannons over here to try to offer some additional protection. We'll see how this really works, as those Immortals really need to start figuring out how to counteract this very large army. Those Corruptors are going to be a very good counter against those Colossus, as the Colossus is in fact massive. So the Corruptor will be doing 22 damage a shot against one of those Colossus. So yeah, armored, mechanical, massive. Just so you guys, in case you didn't know, units that are massive cannot be picked up by a Phoenix. So Thors and Colossus cannot be picked up. Taking a look over here, down goes a single Observer, as that Overseer is able to see this, and now a Creep Trimmer trying to spread creep all around the map even further. Things are looking bad. Hasu just hoping that he can get into a decent position, and now HayPro sitting at 200, maxing out his army already, sitting at an 8,000 mineral army, 3175 gas. More Immortals singly just walking in, 2 Colossus, but things are not looking good at this stage in the game. No additional upgrades And do we have Blink or anything else being researched? We do in fact have Templar Archives. No Charge or Blink research though. Do we have? We do have in fact Psystorm being upgraded as well. So it's a matter of time whether or not those Psystorms will really be able to change or affect the game right now. 3 High Templars now being warped in order to get some additional energy, in order to get some Psystorms off. If now in come those those Corruptors. Corruptors do not want to engage there, as now there are units on that high and low ground. A lot of Roaches moving around as well. The Roaches do in fact have the movement speed upgrade. I do not think we are. No, we are going to a Hive Tech in order to try to get perhaps an additional upgrade. Taking a look now, getting upgrades. Level 2 missile attack almost done, and level 2 armor attack underway. So those Roaches now dealing an amazing 20 damage, normal damage with a range of 3. Armor on those Roaches is in fact 3. So those Zealots only with that level 1 upgrade are not going to be dealing that much damage. I have to give this game to HayPro at this situation, unless we have some brilliant micro coming out from Hasu in order to take down those front lines. Mutalisk now moving out across the field, going to be taking down this expansion that's trying to be set up. And yeah, that's going to be a very short expansion, not going to be brought into position anytime soon. Now we have what, 2 Colossus, only 2 Colossus, and a fair amount of High Templars. The High Templars do in fact have enough energy, and we'll see how this engagement really is going to work out. High Templars trying to stay to that backside, sitting with what, 6 High Templars, and now trying to pull back away. And in comes this engagement. Right, very nice use in there. That army, even though this is a much smaller army, doing a fairly decent job in terms of a fight. Now this is a very large open field though, so very bad positioning. And now are we going to get more force fields? We have more force fields and more units coming in. And wow, Hasu doing an amazing job with those force fields, able to continue this fight. Taking a look, still a fair amount of energy on these sentries. So these sentries sitting, still getting a couple. I wish that there was a way that I can see how many force fields that could be cast amongst those units. And now a very high number of High Templars as well. High Templars, more Psystorm coming in, Corruptors coming in as well, more force field. Are we going to get more Psystorms? Not sure, as a single sentry getting taken down, another Roach getting taken down, and this 4,000 mineral army doing a very good job, able to continually push this back around, using those force fields very effectively. Taking a look over here, a Psystorm, now more Stalkers being warped in. Do we have the secondary upgrade? Yeah, the secondary upgrade from the Templar Archives is being upgraded, so whenever a High Templar upgrade is built, it automatically comes out with 75 energy, enabling it to cast a Psystorm. Overlord's now moving around that field. A Changeling quickly getting taken down by that Stalker. Stalker now activating that Zelnaga Watchtower. More Changelings coming into play. Gonna go ahead and take down that once again. Taking a look. Oh, nice feedback on that Observer, or the Overseer. Overseer down to 90 hit points now after the feedback in order to prevent any additional Changelings. Gonna come in here, take down that one poor Mutalisk that got out of position, and in comes this fight here. Really bad positioning. Went away a little bit too far, and we'll see how this really works out. Cannons are in position. Psystorm now trying to fight behind that Nexus. Very nicely done. If they can get more Psystorms in, and this is just really bad positioning. All these Roaches cannot attack. Colossus up against the ropes, trying to fight back even further. More Psystorms coming in, and taking a look at the army, it's 75 against 2450. Any more Psystorms, and this game might be taken out. We'll see what's going to be happening. More Psystorms coming in. More Psystorms trying to be cast, and it's a 1300 army versus 5275, and wow, what a change of events here. Both armies, but however, HayPro able to continue to macro up a very large army at this stage in the game. Not enough energy for Psystorm, but still a valiant effort by Hasu in order to continue this fight. Single photon cannon on that high ground, really preventing any of those Roaches from coming back in. Taking a look at those High Templars. High Templars still do not have enough energy for any additional Psystorms, sitting on 1,000 minerals. Looking very poor at the situation right now. Hasu sitting with a lot, only mining out of this single mineral patch from 8 minerals, so not going to be able to mine too much. He really needs to take down get this Nexus, otherwise that's going to be GG. And down goes that Overlord, and still continuing to fight, continuing to play. Roaches now trying to push in 4 control groups of Roaches. We'll see how this is really going to work out, as those Roaches are fighting in this open field. Psystorm coming in, one Psystorm going off, another Psystorm. Roaches being forced to push back out. Down goes another Changeling. But wow, just really nicely done. And Hasu is forced to say GG as he realized that the macro of HayPro is just too much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Game 2 in this best of 3 matchup. And I believe HayPro won Game 1 as well. So HayPro is going to go ahead and move on to the next round. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.